is up, all? A handful of you have been asking me to do a hardcore recommendations video because you feel like you've been dealt a bad hand within hardcore, and I cannot blame you at all. I mean, a lot of what's getting passed off as hardcore these days is just complete trash. Or it's a band that just keeps recycling the same sound over and over and over again, and it just gets tiresome. But the first band I recommend checking out is Integrity from Cleveland, Ohio. And if you go to their website, holyterror.com, they have a large chunk of their EPs and LPs as free legal downloads. So you can have a whole library of Integrity records. And definitely check out holyterror.com. Secondly, I recommend checking out the band Gehanna from San Diego, California, who plays some of the ugliest, crustiest, borderline black metal hardcore I have ever heard. And thirdly, I highly recommend checking out Starkweather from Philadelphia, who play progressive metallic hardcore, and they are constantly pushing the envelope of metal as well as hardcore. And fourthly, I highly recommend checking out Converge from Massachusetts. A lot of you have probably heard of Converge, but may have not paid much attention to them. But if you're starting out on Converge, I definitely recommend checking out Jane Doe. And it may sound like I'm just beating a dead horse. I mean, how many times have you heard someone say, check out Converge's Jane Doe, Jane Doe? I still hear it all the time, but it rings true. This album is just very, very, very abrasive from start to finish. Magnificent riffs all the way through, and should not be absent from any collector of hardcore or metal's catalog. Fifthly is the band Sheer Terror from New York City, who are one of the first crossover bands, and in my opinion are one of the greatest bands of all time. And they've often been labeled as hatecore and like all these, silly names, but they're actually very much influenced by blues and the sadness of those songs and stuff like that. Songs aren't about hate, it's more about pain and, processing that pain through music. I highly recommend peeping them out. And all these bands that I've listed have just held the test of time. I mean, I have a pretty large hardcore collection, and a lot of the records I have in my collection just haven't held up. And all 5 of these bands that I've just listed have, held up strongly throughout the years. All of their records too. I mean, they're always pushing and just doing very inventive things with hardcore rather than just doing the cliche sound and trying to fit into the confines of what hardcore is at that time. But yeah, definitely peep those bands out, and definitely peep out A389 Records. If you like really crusty, inventive hardcore, A389 Records is pushing out a ton of bands that, just test the boundaries of hardcore, or even, have a collision course with grindcore and hardcore, or sludge and hardcore, and beyond. There's just a lot of interesting things coming out of A389 Records, and if you go to A389records.com, they have a compilation that you can download, and I believe it's over 30 tracks of just a ton of bands that you could check out, like California Love, Pulling Teeth, New Lows, The Seven Sisters of Sleep, and Children of God, and the list goes on and on and on. But yeah, that's my list. And I'm loving the recommendations you guys are giving me. You guys are emailing me all the time, or leaving bands to check out on my YouTube page, or finding me on Facebook and just giving me things to check out. And I do check out everything you guys send me. I look forward to it. I set time aside to do so. But please don't get discouraged if I can't email you back as quickly as I would like to. I got a lot going on. I got 2 kids, and I got a job, and sometimes things just get very chaotic. But yes, I'm loving that. And I want them to keep coming. If there's any more recommendations within hardcore bands I should definitely check out in hardcore, or metal, or black metal, or sludge, doom, power violence, grind, anything, just send them my way. I'll definitely peep it out. But yeah, and definitely check out the description box below, where I'll have links to tracks from all these bands, so you guys can check them out and form your own opinions about them. So yeah, this is hardcore recommendations, and thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.